Good evening, counselor. You are all set and ready to go.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the meeting of the Human and Community Services Committee for November 17, 2025. My name is Deb Poland. I am the chair of this committee. We also have committee member, Town Council Mary Fay, with us this evening. Hello, Councilor Fay. And we also have Deputy Mayor Ben Winograd and Councilor McGinnis with us. For town staff, we have Rick Ledwith, Adrian Billing-Smith, Becky Sears, Helen Rubino Turco, and Laura Ermsher, as well as Jerida Reinheimer. So thanks everybody for joining us. We will move on to the first item of business, which is approval of the minutes for October 20th. And Ms. Fay, I would look to you for a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion made.
And I will second. Any comments, revisions? If not, we'll consider those approved, and we will move on to item 2B. This is a review of a proposal for AARP Age-Friendly Community Initiative, and I will turn it over to our town manager to start us off.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, everyone. Great to see everyone. Pleased to introduce our two guests with us this evening. We have Becky Sears, who heads up both of our senior centers, as well as Adrian Billing-Smith, who heads up employee development and community engagement. And tonight, they are here to talk to us about the benefits of West Hartford becoming an age-friendly community. And as we hear from Becky, that you'll understand this is more than just, a title. It really is a framework that will help us plan thoughtfully for aging in place and remaining active in our community. Certainly will give us access to resources and best practices to really help ensure that West Hartford remains a place where people of all ages can thrive. And as we'll also hear, it really aligns with many of our goals that we already have in place around accessibility and housing and social engagement. So through you, Madam Chair, I will turn things over to Becky. And Becky, appreciate you being here this evening and for your continued leadership within our senior center and senior centers and our senior community. So through you, I will turn things over to Becky. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for this opportunity to speak, Madam Chair and Mr. Ledwith. I appreciate this opportunity. Very excited to bring this to the forefront. This age-friendly initiative was first, it was under the auspices of the World Health Organization. And the purpose of this is to take an in-depth look at communities and evaluate how age-friendly a community is. So AARP has adopted this initiative and they are overseeing this program. So we're really looking to help create an environment that will support our older adults. And this initiative is based on the principles that cities and communities can be made better for people of all ages by considering many factors like housing, transportation, social inclusion, and healthcare. So when you really look at what the town of West Hartford is already doing in self-reflection, our initiatives to evaluate if our communities are accessible for all of our citizens, our CERT team working with our emergency response team and our health department to evaluate fall risks and how to address the needs of our citizens. Our Vision Zero program, which is focused on making sure that we reduce fatalities and injuries for our citizens. There's so many different areas. Adrian and I worked with the Connecticut Age Well Collaborative, and we started a daring dialogue within the town of West Hartford. So it really does seem like the perfect time to take a look as a community and ask ourselves, are we the community that is friendly for folks of all ages, and especially those as they age? And we do think this is the perfect time to consider applying for this initiative. This process takes a look at the 8 domains of livability, evaluating housing, transportation, health services, social participation, respect and social inclusion, communication, information, civic participation, and employment, and our buildings. So, outdoor spaces and buildings. So, it's an opportunity for us to evaluate ourselves, what we're offering as a town, and also give our citizens to step forward and talk about the things that they think we're doing really well, or perhaps other opportunities where we can improve our offerings. This age-friendly program process is a 5-year process, but we believe we'll be able to achieve it sooner based on all of the other programs and initiatives that we have in place internally. And so considering this process would look like applying to AARP for it. Then the next year would be devoted to conducting a community needs assessment survey, which is where you take the opportunity to meet with your citizens and get feedback based on what they like and what they would like to see implemented. We would develop an action plan in year 2, and then in years 3 to 5, we would implement the action plan and track our progress, reporting back. We took the time to do a little due diligence, and we hosted a forum at the senior center, and we presented 3 communities that were currently enrolled in the program and got their feedback as well. We met with Glastonbury, Groton, and Cheshire. They came to Bishop's Corner, and they presented on what they, some feedback on where they recognize value in the program, what surprised them, that they perhaps weren't anticipating to come forward through the process. And every community felt like it was a really valuable tool that helped improve and enhance the livability for all ages within their community. Does anyone have any questions? Adrian and I, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Becky, I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. It's hard remote.
No.
Thank
Councilor
you.
Fay, go ahead.
Yeah, please. Thank you. How did you choose the communities to benchmark? So you said Groton, Glastonbury. What was the third? I forgot the third.
And Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Yeah, there were 5 communities that had reached the threshold that we felt were appropriate to ask. We reached out to all of them, and these 3 communities agreed and traveled across the state to join us at Bishop's Corner. You're welcome.
Any other questions? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to kind of pass the the microphone, as you will, to Adrian, so she can also contribute a little bit. We've had some meetings with some community partners that we feel will be helpful to us in collecting and managing the data. So I'll.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Becky. And thank you for having us tonight, Madam Chair and counselors. Yeah, I think this project fits into our mission and vision as a town. We're looking at ways that we can help support people aging in place and others who may be in the sandwich generation of caring for their parents, and how we can better serve them. I think at the AARP age-friendly initiative will guide us on how to, better services, whether it be through the senior center or social service or myself in community engagement. So Becky talked about partnerships, and we went and had a meeting recently about what it looked like, financially for us as a town. And we are fortunate enough that we have a potential partnership with USJ to help do this work through internships. And we also have someone, resident Kevin Ryan, I'm sure a couple people are familiar with Kevin Ryan on this call, who is a lifelong learner, but his profession before he retired, but he does not call it retirement, was data analysis. So he is so happy to be a part of this and help guide some interns and potentially graduate students when we're doing the data collection into the data analysis, and will help Becky and I when we come out with the report in a year or so. So we're trying to be, fiscally responsible in this as well, because we know that we might have some outcomes that may require might require budgetary needs. But our hope is that we just gain enough information from our residents, like Becky said, to know the good things we're doing and also what opportunities we have to better serve our community. So I think right now, as Becky and also Town Manager Ledwith said, we are doing some great things with Vision Zero, our collaboration with Age Well Collaborative, our recent ADA evaluation and survey that we just had. I know that Todd Dumais is doing a housing survey as well. So that will meld really well with what he's doing and the information he has. So we want to make sure that we're bringing something that it's a working mission, that we're bringing something to the council and also to our residents to say, we're here, and we're listening. I think that's really important to all of us and what we believe in.
Thank you. Any comments from other town council members? Councilor Fay?
Yes, thank you so much. And I think either Adrian or Rebecca can answer this. How does what we're proposing tie into the senior advisory board? And I know they're a very robust group with lots of input and concerns and positives, and they have a lot of good things to say as well. I just would hope that we're bringing them along every step of the way. So thank you.
Well, I'll just say, yeah, they're fully involved, and we have, like Becky said, a small steering committee that consists of folks off the advisory board, and we make sure that we keep them up to speed with whatever's going on, and they will be fully invested in this process as well, because they were the ones who were gracious enough to help us get this meeting as well. And Kevin Ryan sits on the senior advisory board. Noreen Backler sits on the advisory board. Yeah, so I think, and she's the chair at the moment. She will be leaving, so she's ready for the next piece of her civic engagement. So yeah, they're one of my favorite advisory boards because they're actually doing the work, right? So it'll be a lot of fun, and to bring different people on as we go through each step of the process and what that looks like, and making sure that we maintain our relationship with them and their advice.
Yeah, Mary, that's an excellent question. And I failed to mention actually that when we had the forum, it took place during a senior advisory commission meeting, and we presented it to the commission first for their consideration, for their feedback. And so thank you for that question.
Excellent. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you. Any other questions from council members? I would add that I think this is a great initiative. Thank you for the report that you sent along as part of the agenda for this meeting. I think it really lays out the different areas that we need to look at and why, and the benefits that we'll get as a community once we achieve this status. I think too, outside developers, people who are thinking about moving to our area would see this designation, and it would promote West Hartford as a great place to live, no matter what generation you're in, what stage of life. So thank you for that. And I take it we just move this on to the town council next, Mr. Manager.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. We would present a resolution, I believe, at the December meeting to move the application process along.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for that presentation. All right, the next item is a resolution accepting a grant from North Central Area Agency on Aging to support behavioral health services.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, and great news. The library applied for and received a grant for $75,000 from the Connecticut Education Network. And through you, Madam Chair, I'll turn things over to our Library Director, Laura Ermsher, who can provide a little bit more detail on this exciting award. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to note there was incorrect title in that. So if there was some confusion about where this was coming from, I apologize.
you.
We've already corrected the documents. So
All right, thank you so much.
as the town manager said, this is from CEN, from their community Wi-Fi grant program. It's through ARPA. And we received $75,355.76. And the project that they are funding is to purchase and install new wireless access points at all 3 libraries in town. This is going to upgrade our existing technology that is currently ending. It's nearing its end of life. So it's just something that we would have had to do already. So it will enhance our network, make it better for patrons, and it will expand the reach of our Wi-Fi outside of our library walls. So the coverage will extend at the Noah Webster Library out to the bus stop on South Main Street, at the Bishop's Corner branch, it will go to the bus stop near Big Y, and it will go around the Faxon Library in the parking. In addition to upgrading this very necessary infrastructure that we have, we will also implement Udarom, is a roaming access service for the international research and education community. If you are like me and have not heard of Udarom before we applied to this grant, it is something that many colleges and universities are on, and it allows users who attend those colleges, if they go to a network that has this, they can then get onto their college or university network. So it opens the door to them and allows them to get access to the things through their school. So if they were coming to our library, if they're in the area, or maybe just on break and needed a place to study, they could access their school network through our new Udarom that we will be installing as part of this grant. So I wanted to just give a shout out to our IT librarian, Jen Francis, who spent a ton of time putting this together and working with CEN to get this grant. I'm certainly happy to answer any questions, but it's really a basic infrastructure upgrade that is necessary for the computer users that use our library technology every day, but will also be a benefit to anyone who is in the area of the library. We can also help them get online and connected.
Thank you. Any questions? Counselor Fay?
Yeah, thank you. Just a quick one, Laura. Our internet, how far does it go now? So I think it's good. It goes to the bus. You're going to increase it to the bus stops and surrounding areas around the library. How far does it go now? Thanks.
There's not, as I understand, there's not really much coverage outside. All of our access points are internal. So, and there's also spotty coverage in the corners of some of our buildings. So this is really expanding it to go outside as well.
Thanks.
Anyone else have questions? I have a question. This is for basically it's a one-time expense. It does not cover monthly subscription service to Edurome or anything like that. How does
That's
that work?
right. It's a one-time grant that needs to be extended by next summer, and it is primarily to purchase the equipment that we will need to run with it. So any
Got it.
if there were any monthly fees, it's very nominal compared to the cost of the equipment that we would need to install.
Okay. Thank you. All right. That one seems pretty easy too. Thank you for that. We'll move on to item number 3, communications. Do we have any communications, Mr. Manager?
Nothing under communications this evening, Madam Chair. We can
All right,
jump
then
right
we'll
into our
onto
monthly
the library update. Yes, thank
Yep.
you. All right, back to you, Ms. Ermsher.
Hello again. I just wanted to share a few updates about what is going on at the library. A few weeks ago, we had our large author event, West Hartford Reads. We had Liz Moore here, and it was just a really wonderful evening. We had over 370 people in person at Sedgwick Middle School and another 65 watching on the live stream. We had really wonderful feedback both the night of the event and really for weeks afterwards. We had people coming in commenting about how much they enjoyed the event, how smoothly everything ran, and how excited they were that we got such a prestige author that they were excited to hear from. The next day I was walking to lunch and a woman just stopped me on the street and thanked me for the program. So I felt a little famous and excited that she was so happy she told me about that. So this was sponsored by the Thomas Kilfoyle Foundation, or request from the West Hartford Library Foundation, and it's really exciting to have the opportunity to bring big authors to West Hartford for people to meet them. Moving on, you may remember me telling you over the summer about state law that requires new policies for public libraries. These policies address collection development, public programs, and displays. The policies ensure that we have a clear process and criteria for how we collect materials and how we make decisions about the programs we offer to the public. They also include a new policy that outlines the procedure for someone requesting the library remove or reconsider a book, another item in the collection, or a library program. And this policy does limit that only West Hartford residents can make such a request as required in the statute. Recently at the October meeting, the library board voted to approve all of these new policies, and they are now up live on the library's website. And through this, some of our funding that we receive from the state every year is conditional on our compliance with having all of the required policies. That we are able to check this one off, and grateful to all of the staff, to Corporation Counsel, and to the library board for helping to make this happen. We were there, Youth Council, hosting tables at the event. At the library table, we provided a coloring activity, shared library information, and signups for library cards. The Mayor's Youth Council talked about their America 250 essay contest that will be coming up this winter. And it's just always wonderful to be part of these town events, to talk with folks and hear what they're interested in and get some ideas for what we can do for them in the future. I wanted to tell you the teen program series. This is developed by the Immigrant Youth Advocates, which is a group of teens that meet regularly at the Faxon Library. They were formerly known as the West Hartford Immigrant Teens, so you may have heard me talk about them in the past. Their new program is called the Teen English Cafe. This is an opportunity for teens to meet up at local coffee shops to practice English and meet new. The group has been brainstorming ways to get new members and more teens involved, and maybe find some locations that might be interesting or convenient to them. They're meeting Thursday, November 20th at Chai Poppy, Thursday, December 18th at Starbucks on South Main, and Thursday, January 15th at Starbucks on King Street. So any teen who wants to attend should register on the library's website, and they can find some more information there. And I wanted to share with you a lovely thank you to patrons. There was a new user who remarked on the quality and breadth of our books in Russian, which is something we don't hear about a lot. So it was very nice. They wrote us a lovely letter talking about all the wonderful and unexpected books that they found. They kind of marveled at how a library builds a collection, how we would have unexpected. And they wrapped up their letter by saying, "Thanks again for such a thoughtful collection and creating a library environment I'd love to bring my children to." So we have in December. We have our Teen Mario Kart tournament. You can join the tournament to have fun, meet other players, and compete for prizes. This is December 1st at 4 p.m. at Noah Webster for teens. We're building gingerbread houses with the kids. You can join us to decorate a mini gingerbread house or gingerbread cookie. This is happening at both of our branches at Faxon on December 3rd for grades 1 through 3, and Bishop's Corner on December 17th for grades 4 through 6. Adults, we have a brown bag medication review. We have pharmacy students and faculty from the University of St. Joseph coming, and they will review any participants' medication bottles and talk with them about their specific questions. This is an opportunity for folks to better understand their medications and ensure that they are taking them safely and effectively. This is happening from 1 to 3 in the afternoon, and that's at Noah Webster. We have light up reading cards, a activity for kids. They can create reading cards that light up using copper tape, LED lights, and coin batteries. And any participant will also be able to make cards for the library's homebound patrons that we will deliver to them. That's December 6th in the Noah Webster Story Room, and that's for grades 3 through 6. We have a virtual program coming up for adults. Join recovery coach Amy Hoft for a powerful conversation about hope, healing, and the different ways people move forward. This one is on December 11th. Register at the library's website for the link to that. And finally, we have machine embroidery. You can learn how to turn a custom design into a beautiful professional looking embroidery using our specialized software embroidery machine. This is December 16th at the Noah Webster Studio 20, and it's for ages 12 and up. And as always, all of our crafts and events are free. I'll share any more information or answer any questions if you have them.
Thank you. Ms. Fay?
Thank you, Deb. I usually don't have this many questions, but I love the library. I used to sit on the library board. Good job with the speaker. That Guilfoyle Trust is amazing. It's been a while since we've talked about Libby or some of the electronic sources. Every time I look for something, I do like physical books. I like to, buy books and go to the library, of course, but Libby never has my title that I'm looking for. So are there any plans to expand what's available and as far as electronic books are concerned? Thank you.
Yeah, through you, Madam Chair. You are always welcome to either fill out a form or send an email if there's a title you want that we don't have, because we have purchase suggestions that if somebody's looking for a title and we don't have it, we're happy to get those suggestions. But in general, probably the reason you don't see them is because our the cost of ebooks and audiobooks is so high and our budget is limited. And so we are making choices about what we get, trying to balance building the collection, but also getting the titles that are in the highest demand. And so if there's something where there's 400 people looking for it, we're going to order several copies of it so you don't have to wait for years to get your copy. But that definitely eats away at the breadth of the collection. But again, please let us know if there is either a subject area or a title you're looking for, because we do receive patron suggestions and we're happy to learn from the public. We want to have a collection that you want to use.
That's a perfect answer. I love that you're balancing budgetary. I mean, you can't respond to everybody who wants a book. That would be ridiculous. There's so many. There's just so many, and you can't provide them all. It's surprising to me that the electronic is probably more than a physical book, because when you think about it, it just astounds me because there's not the printing and the press and all that other thing and the physical, size of it. But I guess that's what happens when things become popular. So I was hoping it would go in the other direction, that electronic versions would help lower the cost of books for your wonderful libraries, our wonderful libraries. But that's I guess that's important for people to know in terms of education, because they're probably wondering, why don't we have more electronic versions? But the answer is they're more expensive than the physical book. That's kind of astounding to me, but it is what it is, I guess. Supply and demand, and they're going to take advantage of the pricing since so many people want the electronic versions. But thank you for keeping an eye on the budget. That's important. Thank you.
If you don't mind me adding, Madam Chair, I agree with you completely. And libraries pay 10 times what the consumer pays for an ebook. And that is a struggle that we deal with the publishers all the time. And people don't realize the budget gouging that goes on, and that we don't have choices to go with other distributors. So thank you for recognizing the problem.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, thank you so much. Appreciate all of the updates and all the great work that's being done. And we will move on now to leisure and social services. And I'll turn it over to you, Helen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Much of the last month, as you probably imagine, has been focused on ramping up our food pantry operations. The mayor asked the community for help, and the community stepped up. Thanks to her pleas, we really experienced a much higher volume of donations that went along with the increased volume of requests for help. But the generosity of our community cannot be overstated. And this goes everything from, book clubs and church groups to the block party that was organized in early November, the Morley Red Wagon delivery, which took place on November 13th, just last week. This year's was their 31st annual trip from using red wagons from Morley Elementary to our food pantry. 31st annual topped 72 wagons with over 3,000 items of food that were donated. We still need support. A donation to the Town That Cares is the best method, because then our staff can purchase specific kinds of foods that are what are in need. And at any given time, we can update the community. Just sometimes we'll do an email blast through Renee McHugh and the town's listserv, or people can contact our food pantry to ask what they need. But this way we can purchase directly where the holes are in our supply. Social services is also partnering with our public schools and with the police department, as we did last year, to support residents through the holiday gift card. So we're in the process now of, we've been in touch with all the schools, but we're in the process of delivering gift cards to the social workers at the schools, and they can distribute the gift cards as they know, as their experience, as they see fit. And we're also working with the police department on their toy drive. So we'll also provide gift cards to that. So again, our staff has been in social services has been working really hard to answer the specific needs that have arisen, particularly in the month of November, which they always go up around the holidays, but this year particularly with the cuts to some programs from the federal government that really impacted us. So I just wanted to give a shout out to our staff, Suzanne Oslander, Alex Bueno, Tallulah Pickens, and Mariella, who has come back to work for us part-time in our food pantry, as well as all of our social workers. It's really been an incredible team. We also want to thank the CERT team, because they also showed up to help with directing traffic and traffic flow during some of our higher volume food pantry operations. So just wanted to thank them as well. On the leisure services side, again, just want to compliment Becky Sears and Adrian Billing-Smith on their work for the benefits of their report about the benefits of the Age-Friendly Community Initiative. They've put in a lot of time to do the research and to prepare our community, to ask our community about their needs, but also to recognize some of the important work that the town is already doing that will help support this. And Becky didn't mention it. It's a 5-year program. It's a 5-year effort. And because of all the work that the town manager and the town council have already put into place with Vision Zero and the CERT team and other programs that we've got going, she's confident that we actually might be able to get that certification sooner. So that's a real testament to the work that's already been going on behind the scenes. I did attach a report with lots of other updates. So our fall programming is winding down, and we are already starting to work on our winter programming, of course, particularly at the skating rink and our indoor aquatic center. But we're also starting to think about summer and working on our summer program. So I know it sounds crazy because the snowflakes are just starting to fall. Just a quick update on our capital projects. The one that most people ask about is wanting an update on our driving range. And this is a good news, bad news kind of scenario. There are many things that we've accomplished so far, but we are still waiting on a couple of delays that are holding us back. But the nets are 90% installed. The gas lines have been installed. The water lines and the sewers have been installed. The electrical, the conduits for the electrical and fiber have been installed. The heaters have been mounted. The two things that we're really waiting for that are holding us back is we're waiting on shop drawings from an engineering firm to finalize the structural steel studs that need to go up. That's been delayed for a couple of times. And we're also waiting on Eversource approval before the electrical service can be installed. So while the conduits are there, the electric lines that are inside them are not. And this is something that we've been waiting on for more than a month, more like a month and a half. 2 months from when we originally made our request, and about a month since we sent an update. So unfortunately, I can't give a firm date because we're waiting on things that are outside of our control. But I did spend some time this afternoon with the capital projects manager who's overseeing this project, and unfortunately, it's not the best news that I wanted to deliver. But they are working and they are making steady progress. And that I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Before we go into questions, I just want to acknowledge that Mayor Cantor has joined us and Councilor Walters. Thank you for doing that. Does anybody have any questions? I was happy to see the addition of a water polo team. That's pretty cool. I don't think we've had that in the past. And we'll get that driving range going pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. If there are no questions, I guess we can take future agenda items.
Yeah, hold on, Deb.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Councilor.
No, that's okay. I just said, just really quickly, Helen, thank you for that update. So even if this gets implemented and ready to go in the middle of winter, let's say January or something like that, it's still usable. So people can still use the driving range, even though it's cold out and there's snow on the ground. It's still usable. Is that right?
That's correct. When this opens, it is a year-round facility. There are heaters, and there will be it'll be usable. The only thing, it's a little tricky if there's snow on the ground because they can't go collect the balls in the snow. But we do understand that the weather is going to be cold in the near time, but that it should be excellent weather for a ribbon cutting and use certainly by the time January rolls around, and we'll be able to use it in the winter. Yes, this is designed for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so now future agenda items. Anyone have anything they want to bring forward? I just want to give it a moment. All right. I do want to take the privilege of the chair and thank Councilor Fay for her participation in this committee. I think this will be your last committee meeting with us, and I just want to thank you for paying close attention to what's going on with the Human and Community Services in this town. We'll say more on Tuesday night, tomorrow night, but from a committee standpoint, I know we all appreciate your good questions and your interest in this. So thank you for that.
If I may, and I'll be very, very brief, it's been an honor and a privilege to be on this committee. I've actually learned a lot, and as Laura knows, I love the library, being a former committee member. And Helen, I appreciate all the work that you do. Our parks are stupendous as well. I don't know if Becky's still here. But the senior centers, I haven't been in a long time. I was at one point using the small gym there, but I belong to a different one now. And it's just great to see a place that's so vibrant for our older population. And I just kudos to everything that you do. I think that's another area that makes West Hartford super special and accessible to all. And it's really a great committee, and I've enjoyed being part of it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, without further ado, I will seek a motion to adjourn.
So made. I get to-
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned 5:41 p.m. Everyone have a great night. Take
Good
care.
night.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.